Hi, I'm Paula and I'm a hairdresser and I have been for over 20 years now. I absolutely love my job. It's my passion. I feel like that is the purpose that I was given in life. I get to spend this time with someone for as little as 30 minutes. I can go through so much with that person. You know, we see weddings, we see deaths, we see births, we see divorces, you know, if they're going through massive changes in their life, be it in their career, in their job, you know, they kind of confide all of that is us. We're not only their hairdresser, we are a friend, we are a counsellor, we're a therapist, you know, and we are the people that they come to make feel and look better. And how honoured are we that we get to do that? We get to literally change somebody's life, not only the way they look and their hair looks, but the way they feel just by being us around them. So this video is for you if you are newly qualified and you're a little bit frightened of going out there. You're not confident enough that you're sure you know what you're doing and you're scared because you've not got that person there to ask the questions, to guide you through. If you've been out of the game for years, you know, it wasn't working the way you wanted it to, but you think, I want to get back into it, and you're thinking of doing a refresher course, but you need to know how you're going to build your client base up and things like that. Or if you're just struggling a little bit, we've been in lockdown, you've been out the game, you might have lost your motivation and you drive a little bit and you just need pumped back up, and you need to know how to sell yourself and get yourself back out there. This video is for you. So I'm just going to talk you through a few tips that I have found in the 20 years that have helped me kind of build the business that I'm at now and gain the full client list that I have. So yes, clients come and go, you know, as they do. They move away or something happens and, you know, you lose them, but you always gain them. Right now, we're starting to get back into work in a few weeks. So believe me, there is a lot of business out there coming your way for hairdressers. There's a lot of people wanting their hair done at once. So we've got a very busy time coming. So right now, I think it's important that you work kind of on yourself and preparing yourself for getting back out there. But it's the perfect opportunity if you want to set yourself up a business or you want to get back out there, or, you know, you've got the job, you're just waiting to get back to work. It's the perfect time now to kind of train yourself and your mind to kind of have that confident goal that you're going to kind of build the clients. So the first, and I think one of the most important things I'm going to tell you about today, is first impressions. Now, in the first 2 seconds of meeting someone, us and our brain make a first impression. So that first impression is someone walks into the salon and you're in there. They're going to instantly look at you and their brains and their minds will make a decision on you. They might not like your hair colour or your lipstick or your nails or your earrings or the way you've done your makeup, and they will make a first impression judgment on whether they like you or not. So that is the moment somebody walks into the salon, the moment your phone rings and you answer the phone, that first impression is so important. So smile, you know, make sure you're always presented at your best. If you haven't got a good face of makeup on, your hair's not done well, you aren't selling yourself as the best. They are not going to look at you and think, I trust you to make me look as good as I possibly can, because you can't even do that on yourself. So why would I? So it's so important that you take that time to think about first impressions. If you have to get up an extra 5 minutes in the morning, yeah, you might not want to. You might just, you know, think, oh, snooze the alarm clock, I need another 5 minutes sleep. That isn't going to build your business. That isn't going to get you clients. You need to take that time to get up every morning, do your hair, do your makeup, and make sure you look your best so you can sell yourself in that first 2 seconds of first impressions. Now, you've done your best, but still somebody could make that judgment on you and not like what they see, you know, how your eyebrows are, things like that. You know, there's a lot of people set in their ways, but you have another 5 seconds now. So in 7 seconds, they've made a lasting impression. So by that first 2 seconds that they've made an instant judgment on you, If that's not a good judgment that they've made, you have 5 seconds to change it. Okay, so that is done by the way you greet them, the way you answer the phone. It's always got to be smiling, happy, confident and positive. Okay, so you, hi, how are you today? I always find when I'm meeting new people, I treat them like I've known them forever. Like there's somebody that I haven't seen for ages and I've missed them. Hi, how are you? How can I help? You know, and that upbeat, that positive, that smile, you can win them back if they've made a bad judgment on you. And, you know, they're going to be scanning the room of the salon that you're in. If they've never been before, they don't know anyone that works there. If you kind of greet them and go, hi, you know, and you look miserable, or yeah, you look nervous and you don't really understand what you're doing, they're going to look at the person over there that's cutting somebody's hair, with somebody in the chair that's smiling, that's laughing, they're having a good time, they're well presented. They're going to think, I want them over you. You have to change that. So you have to bring the confidence and you have to own that situation, because before you can get that client, you have to get yourself. So you're selling yourself in this moment. So yeah, smiling, positive, and that first impressions is a huge thing. So you've done all that, hopefully. You've sold yourself well. You've managed to, if they've made a bad judgment on you, you've managed to win them back in that 7 seconds. The next thing is to listen to them, smile, eye contact and pay attention, because this is for the consultation. So what I find is if you're standing there with nothing to do, try and pull that client to spend 5 minutes with you where you can have a chat. This is what we call the consultation. Now, don't appear too busy. If you're in the middle of lunch, leave your lunch, because this is your business. This is you building clients. So unless you've got somebody else sitting waiting and you're in the middle of doing their hair, then obviously try and push them to make the appointment, or come back in, say, 30 minutes or an hour, you know, just so, because you'd like to spend the time to have a chat with them. But this is the consultation. So in a consultation, we have to find out as much information about that person as we can without looking obvious and like we're asking a checklist of questions. You use this consultation to find out, obviously, all the important bits about their hair, about what they're wanting done, about the history of their hair and any chemicals or previous treatments they've had on their hair. So you can build up a picture of the treatment and the service that you are going to be doing on this client. But this is also the moment where you can build that first level and the base of the relationship with this client. So you need to know, as part of the consultation, their lifestyle. You need to know if they're a working mum, they don't really have much time to spend on themselves, so they need something low maintenance, you know, they just tie their hair up every day, so they need it to look right. But by these things that you're finding out, you are also being given snippets into this person's life that you can use to build a personal relationship with. So say, for instance, they say, oh, I don't have time to do my hair. I just need something simple and something easy that I don't have to spend time on. I've got kids, you know, I have to drop them off at school and then pick them up every day, and then I work, and, you know, and all of this. Then you'll kind of have to think into that as well and think, right, where can I relate to that client in my own life that will give that client the security to think, oh, I could get on really well with you. Because the reality is, you could be the best hairdresser in the world, but if somebody sits in your chair and you give them the best haircut you've ever done and they've ever had, if they have an awful time and they don't like you and you have nothing to talk about, you basically are giving off no signs of confidence or positivity or happiness, they are not going to have a good time. They are just going to think, this is boring, I hate this, I can't wait for you to finish so I can go and get on with my shopping. You want them to love every minute of being in that chair, because that is the way that that client is going to leave and come back. So all of this is ultimately about selling yourself. obviously we have our trade, we have our skills, and that is massive that we know what we're doing. So you have to make sure you're at the top of the game with hairdressing. But it's as equally important that you work on yourself and your relationship with this person, because that is what's going to keep bringing them back time and time again. So in your consultation, you're finding out all of this stuff about them. And, you know, we have the client record cards, and obviously we deal with a lot of people. So use a bit of the client notes, you know, to write a few notes on the person, on what you talked about in that consultation. So when they come in next time and they've made their appointment, because they will if you follow these steps. So when they come in for their appointment and they sit down, you can say to them, oh, how did you get on? You were going to that club or that group session for the first time that we talked about, that you had to be at. How was it? How did you get on? And they will think, you remembered me. And that gives you a connection, and it starts well. And it's just a good tip, because we can't remember everything all the time. So just keeping a few little notes on what you've talked about, on little things that are going on in their lives, will help you for your next appointment and make their experience more personalised to them and more enjoyable. Okay, so next, you've been through the first impressions, you've made a good impression, you've sat them down, you've managed to get 5-10 minutes of their time, and you've had the consultation. You've managed to get them to make an appointment, which I'm sure 95% of them have by now, and it's appointment time. They've come in. First impressions are still massively important because they still have time to change their mind on you. So the way you treat them when they come in is, like I say, you treat them as a friend. You come in, you go, hi. If you're busy and you're with someone, you just, say, oh, do you mind? I've just run a little bit over, do you mind just taking a seat? Let me get you a drink, a tea, coffee. What can I get you? I won't be long. Make them feel as comfortable and as welcome as they possibly can, okay? Until you are ready. So then you sit them down. You're going to go through another consultation with them, just, topping up what you talked about last time, making sure you're both in agreement and understanding of what's about to happen and the service you're about to give on their hair. But this is the time that you are going to spend a long amount of time with these people. And this is the experience that they are paying for. So they expect a good service, okay? So you can't have put all of that hard work in that you have already. Think, oh, I've won them now. They're here, they're paying, they're having their hair done. I don't need to bother anymore. No, this is still happening. This is where you build the actual friendship with your client. Some of my best friends in the world have been best friends for over 20 years, and I have met them because they were my clients. They came into the salon. I started doing their hair when I was 16 and training, and they have stuck with me all through my career ever since. And these people are now my best friends. And that is the relationship that you are building with that client. So it's better for both of you, really. So you still have to be putting the work in, you get everything clear on what's about to happen with the hair. You can quickly look at your notes and think, right, what did we talk about that I need to push and talk about to get that kind of conversation rolling and going. And you will find that sometimes, and it does happen, they get a magazine out, they get a book out, and they don't want to talk. And you think, right, you've bought a book with you, you've bought a magazine over. You probably don't want to talk. You probably just want to sit here for 30 minutes and have complete silence. I struggle with that. As you can tell, I'm a talker. But at the end of the day, it's all about what they want and what they're most comfortable with. Probably 9 times out of 10, I don't tend to see that person again. Not through any fault of my work, but just because I think there was some kind of imbalance stopping the kind of the connection that we were having while I was doing the hair. And so me as a person, I'm a bubbly, I sing to my clients, I dance, I use my hands all the time and my face, and my clients tend to love it when I kind of go off on an exciting, rant and that. So kind of pick up on their body language, on how they're being, you can I sometimes set myself a bit of a challenge. They'll come in and they'll sit down with their arms crossed. Now, arm crossed in body language means I'm not giving you anything, I'm protecting myself from you. So I kind of set myself a challenge, right, let's see how long it will take me to get you to uncross your arms and kind of open up. You can normally find, if you keep trying, there's something that you can find a connection with that person. And then, you know, once they've done that, they're comfortable, they're relaxed, they like you, you're in, you know, and you can then enjoy everything that you're doing. So yeah, try and talk about personal things. I mean, we always see it on the TV and people make jokes that all us hairdressers say is the set things. How are you today? Going anywhere nice on holiday? Oh, the weather's not very good, is it? Yes, they are all conversation starters that can see kind of how, you know, get the conversation rolling, but they're not personal. They're something we can ask anybody in the world that we see. You know, this isn't giving a good service to that person. So try and make it as personal as you can so that you are able to have a nice personalised experience to that person where they can tell you something and you can say back, oh, I've done that before, or oh, you know, and you can relate to that person and they feel more comfortable and the arms start coming down. So yeah, so the three, I think, to get that client in that chair, you need first impressions, presentation, smiles, be welcoming and be confident. Consultation, you know, find out information, keep it personal, but keep it professional and keep their hair and the focus of it. And then appointment time, make sure you keep working and keep being creative, confident, and keep finding the ways into that relationship with that person. And then hopefully this will encourage them to rebook and look forward to coming back and having that amazing experience that you've given them again. I hope you enjoyed my video today, and hopefully I've encouraged you to look inside yourself and find that happy, smiling, positive, confident hairdresser that is inside you, and make the most of the amazing person and hairdresser that you are. You can go out and show the world and gain a successful career, business with a full client base in the future. I'd love to hear from you, so drop me a comment, reach out, you know, let me know your thoughts. Give me a like, a thumbs up is always good, and subscribe to my channel because I am going to be uploading more of these videos with more tips and advice on your hairdressing career and finding the motivation of selling yourself. And so I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.